So apparently Viltrox has entered a Hello Kitty contest to make the cutest lens possible that fits in a purse next to your Chihuahua. We will see today, is it comparable to my Zeiss 55 1.8? Come on, it's in the ballpark. Not of price, but of cuteness.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we're on the Sony ZV-E1 with the Zeiss 55 1.8. We'll switch to this in here, do some comparisons, and then we'll go outside, do a little slow motion street videography test with this somehow in the winter. We've seen what this can do. It's glorious brilliance. When it comes to build quality, it feels a little cheap. There's not much to it. There's no switches, no autofocus, anything, no buttons. It's just this cheap ring that you can manually focus on. Is tiny. It weighs 203 grams. First, this is 281. It's noticeably smaller and cheaper, but is it really, like, that's very light. You can find this lens pretty cheap used. Not as cheap as this, but like, is it worth it? This might even be sharper. Let's switch to it and see, what are you talking about? It could be okay. You don't know that it isn't. We did get a little darker. I probably should have compensated with shutter like a pro would have done. Oh, okay, we've done that. How's the autofocus? Any weirdness? Sometimes Viltrox will be like a little steppy. It shouldn't. It's a Sony body. Come on, if anybody could handle it, it's you. Closeness? No. The tongue. So side by side with that Zeiss snob, this could be had for much cheaper. You're saving weight. You have way more money to buy lens hoods and stuff, even though it did come with one. I don't spend my money wisely, but is that really worth 3D pop? Like, come on, sure, he has swirly tone and I no longer do, but that's fine. I'm wider. That could be fun. You could vlog with it. So while there's no bells or whistles with this lens, you're just getting a very basic plasticky body, light and cheap. It's sharp enough, and if it can create magic outside in a 3D pop-like fashion, then you might have something. Okay, here's the closest focusing distance. Nothing to write home about, definitely not a macro. Zeiss is probably about the same. It's also abysmal. How's the stabe? Active stabe engaged. Dark Nikon camera. Don't know why this is my camera test. It makes no sense whatsoever. There's some blue lights and they're ton now. And here's my machine 3D pop test. Can you tell that there's many different angles of light bouncing off your mom? Why, hello to you. Huh? 50mm 22. Not bad. Like, the most budget lens can still get you glorious footage if you're like a pro, a skateboarding pro like me. Oh man. So like, I don't know that we have any pop. I mean, we likely have nothing in the sort. That's how you say that sentence, but it's okay. It's very light. It's fun to use. I really liked the 40mm 22. This is basically that. It was a good lens. I didn't sell it immediately. That's ridiculous. You're crazy. All right, let's switch to the Pop Master Zeiss 55. Let's see if we actually see a difference out here. Leading lines out to the pop out there. Come on. This is good enough. Boom. This is what pop should look like. It is the definition of it. It's not hard to spot. Don't pretend that flat dork trying to like squirrel walk. This is what he does in his mind all day long. He's a two-dimensional being. Doesn't belong on our earth. So like, this is what you shoot for if you have Zeiss quality money in your wallet. It's cheap, used. It's not as cheap as that Viltrox though, I'll be honest with you. It's not bad, but Zeiss is the truth. Somewhat smooth autofocus sometimes. So I'm gonna review this footage and film a little outro on the 50mm. Is it worth buying through my affiliate links? And I definitely didn't also film the 35mm review today. I don't do 2 reviews in one day. I put effort into my reviews like always. I didn't just turn the camera around and I was that side like, you're ridiculous. Your theories are so easily debunked. I worked several days on this whole review. It was great review. So I'll see you at home. Not bad. I've had a chance to review the footage. It's tiny, it's light, it looks fantastic. Like, there's nothing wrong with this lens. Could you like pry me away from my Zeiss? Like, never. I would like slice your shins with my wrist and it would hurt me as much as it hurt you, but I would not be parting ways. But if you only have like 100 dingers, I don't know the price of the lens, but could you do worse? I mean, better. That wasn't a Freudian slip. Beautiful separation, tiny autofocus good. For that, this performance, the weight, like this debunks Micro Four Thirds immediately. With the ZVE1 and that, it's like, let me see your Micro Four Thirds setup, and you're like, your back hurts, and you're, my Leica zoom, bro. Wow. I like the Tony 2 lineup that Viltrox has. It's just so tiny. The 40mm Tony 2 was fantastic. Now they got a 50. They're just gonna keep going forever on that. 24mm Tony 2. Can't wait. Maybe one day Viltrox will make a 3D pop lens that I will keep, but they don't seem to hear my thoughts. They just, lens after lens, none of my input makes it back to the executives over there. In China, the boat sinks when I send it. So like, that's a problem, but whatever. Don't listen to me. Who cares about that? Who likes Voigtlander glass? That, ouch. Imagine if Voigtlander made autofocusing glass. Our world would never be the same. So the Viltrox is of course available through my affiliate links, and you may now head there. The exit is on your left, and Bitcoin donation can be found, leaving your wallet to mine. And thank you. Subscribe for more understanding.